Hi, Robin. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
It's so good to see you.
Likewise. We started in 1998. We started with the mission of using the theater to address social and community concerns as a tool for building character through the performing arts. How it got started? Truthfully, I had done theater, remember, 10 years ago. But then I had gone back to school and I had received a master's in counseling. So I thought that my theater work was done. But lo and behold, after I finally graduated with a counseling degree, I started Inside Out Theater.
You have quite a staff. Have a choreographer. Well, tell us about it. Marisol, for example, let's start with.
Okay, she's our musical director.
Yeah.
She also acts as our creative director because she's artistically very talented. And she teaches the music and voice and takes care of all the, the musical direction. And then we have Idalmi, Miss Edie, who is a phenomenal choreographer. And that's our core.
How do you cultivate the partnerships with the community that you do? Because I noticed that you have a lot of partnerships. So how is that cultivated?
Sometimes they call us, and sometimes we call them. I'm 6 years into a partnership with Memorial Healthcare Systems Youth Force. And the way I got there was he was actually, I can't remember his title. He was kind of like an assistant principal, but he wasn't the assistant principal. He had been at Olson Middle School. And I had done some teen pregnancy and HIV and STD awareness programs, theater. They were resulted in original performances. And he had seen what happened there, and when he moved to Gulfstream Academy in Hollandale Beach, he said, come here, and then I ended up, he's no longer there, but I'm still in partnership with Memorial. So, and how did I get to Olson? That was a partnership with Hispanic Unity for Teens. It was Hispanic Unity of South Florida's Unity for Teens program. And I had gotten there through a grant from the A.D. Henderson Foundation because they were interested in this subject, and they were interested in kind of opening dialogue for parents to discuss these kinds of issues. And they had hooked me up with, Hispanic Unity. So sometimes it comes from me and sometimes it comes from somewhere else. We partnered with the School of Rock of West Broward because we needed a live band. We've done some great work with the Florida Initiative for Suicide Prevention. And actually Jackie Rosen, who's the director of that, she was on our board many, many years ago. And then when she was doing a project in Wilton Manors, she asked me to come be the artist in that project. So, I don't know. I feel fortunate when I have a good partner.
That's unique to you.
I think it is making sure that it's being used as a tool to do the things we talked about, to address the social issues, to give students that outlet to express themselves so they can understand themselves, so they can understand what they're going through, so they can understand society. I really focus a lot on the character education. And I really focus, I do not like to, we're not about creating stars. We're about creating stories and moving our audiences. So I don't put their 8x10 pictures up on the walls or anything like that. I really stress if you're coming for a particular part, you're in the wrong place. We're an ensemble of storytellers who come together to produce a piece of art.
Well, when somebody says something like that, there's often an anecdote.
Or are you drawing from work that already exists?
No, for the first maybe 15 years, all we did was original works. And
is this something you create in-house, or do you commission people, or is this stuff that
it was myself with students sometimes, myself with my husband sometimes. Can I jump in and say, I think that what you said about building community maybe ties into Bill's question, because the anecdotes that I hear all the time are, thank you for the family, this is my family, this is my home. And it's like being able to create those really strong interpersonal bonds And because theater can be not a good place too, you know, if you don't really strive for all the positive things, it could be a place of disappointment and rejection and backstabbing and jealousy and rivalry, and it can. So I really try to focus on the community building and all those other things. But
The title of your theater, I'm sorry, Michael, Inside Out, Define.
Define?
Why?
Because originally it was about telling stories that were inside and kind of bringing them out, delving into issues that were not, I don't know, so out there.
In regard to, you were talking about community, I think it's wonderful. And you were talking about using the people the students that take your workshops, that they start as young as 9 and work up. Do you have people who've been with you for as long as 7, 8 years? They stay that long? That's wonderful. Can you talk about that?
Well, actually, we used to start our classes earlier, at like 7. And so I have students who've been with me since they're 7.
Wow.
They're now in high school, soon to graduate, and many of them are serving on our junior board of directors. Yeah, they do stay that long. They get hooked. They got hooked.
It's being a young person who's more socially aware and socially conscious, and who's able to make more informed decisions and healthier decisions for themselves. Yeah. Going into this field, I think that's a really good thing. Yeah.